Welcome to Your Life Unbounded, a podcast for analytical thinkers navigating a major life or career transition and still waiting for a life of joy to catch up. I'm Gloria Julian, certified career and life decision coach. I came from mechanical engineering, where structure guaranteed my success, but it didn't help me live joyfully until I discovered design thinking and stopped waiting for certainty. Each week, I share one thing that helped me get unstuck so you can find your way through yours. Let's dive in. Hey, and welcome back to Your Life Unbounded. Today, I want to talk to you about comparison. And it's on my mind because I was dropping my son at his first day of Taiwanese summer camp. And I wanted him to go to it because I don't speak much Mandarin at home. And even if I did, it would be coming out of a 5-year-old's mouth. And so right after I dropped him off, I got a text message from a parent from his old summer camp asking if he was doing the last few weeks of it. It got me into a comparison habit that has been really hard to break for decades, because what that text triggered was a small amount of doubt, wondering, did I make a mistake to pull him out? Is this actually what I wanted him to do? Because he was going through summer camp just fine. Why did I need to switch him into it? And it was so sneaky, this comparison, that when it came in, it felt like it was trying to undermine that decision. And so that's what I want to talk to you about today, is why we continue to compare our life choices to others and how we can build intentional lives without it. That text message was really a micro version of a much larger pattern. High achievers and analytical thinkers are conditioned to believe there's one certain path. You go to school, you get great grades, you get that prestigious job, and you get promoted. What you end up practicing is that you learn that there is a blueprint to how you go about life, that there is a certain way to accomplish your achievements and your ambitions that has a result and outcome that feels very predictable. So when you finally get to that point of achieving, quote unquote, everything you wanted in life, you start to look around to figure out what your next move might be. And you see what everybody else is doing and start copying it to the point where it starts to feel scripted. You get that high-paying job, you get married, you buy that house, you have kids, maybe you're traveling a lot, and you're never asking, do I actually want this? In that comparison, you do it because it feels safe, it feels validating, familiar, and after all, it's gotten you this far. It has enabled you to be a part of this community that you have built up since childhood. But what it's not getting you is what you actually want, which is confidence, freedom, and joy in life, and in a life that is fully under your control. As you go through this structured path and you're achieving all these milestones in the same way everyone else does, you start to wonder, how come you don't have this in confidence and the sense of security that everybody else around you seems to have? And you start blaming yourself. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I haven't done my self-development practices as much as I should. So you go to some of those scientifically proven fixes, like having a gratitude journal, meditation, doing mindfulness, doing daily workouts, but nothing sticks. So instead of changing what those milestones might be, you start to invent a gap between why you can't achieve that same outcome that other people have by saying things like, oh, maybe it was a different environment that they grew up in. Maybe they had better support and they had the right guidance and they had the right systems in place and opportunities. It's just them. I could never be like that. That's just their personality. That's not me. And for a while, that feels really comfortable and feels really safe. But then that looping restarts. You get trapped in over rational thinking. Like, the science says that this should have worked. Why isn't it working? How come you're not getting the same confidence and same amount of self-security that everybody else seems to have when they have gotten these milestones and accomplishments? How come it doesn't work for you? And I understand why comparing your life's progress with other people's simply doesn't work. As the youngest of 3, I copied my sisters almost to a T ever since I could remember. I copied their clothes. I copied what they did. I did flute. I did hurdles. And eventually I also did engineering because my dad did it and my sister did it. And because it was the accepted path that was told to me, it looked safe and it was financially secure. And that's the exact pattern I see in my client coaching sessions. They are comparing their mile markers to everyone else's mile markers and wondering, how come you're not feeling the same way that everyone else is feeling? And that comparison creates a sense of panic, as if you're behind on someone else's mile marker, and that is simply unacceptable. That panic that you feel and anxiety that you feel ends up driving premature pivots, quitting things too early, and chasing a bajillion directions all at once, only to land you exactly nowhere. That progress isn't progress at all. Instead, it's creating a sense of complexity in life, one that is making it difficult for you to tease out in the way that your analytical brain just can't handle. But the real control doesn't come from finding the right structure or the right blueprint to tell you how to live a joyful life. It comes from making small decisions and observing how they actually feel for you. Your analytical brain's habit is always asking, what else is out there? And it's amazing at problem solving, but it's terrible designing a life, because life is not a problem to be solved. That habit of yours to keep looking for different solutions, it's actually undermining your own progress, always trying to chase for a better answer, because arguably there always is. But confidence isn't a feeling that you get first and then act on. It's a byproduct that you build by acting on something, even when you don't feel that confidence. But I know exactly why making small decisions through small experiments feels really risky for an analytical and high achiever brain. It's because you've been following this structure for so long and copying everyone else's proven path, because doing that feels safer than testing uncertainty to discover the path of your own. Except when you start doing those small experiments and creating small decisions because of it, your path ends up being literally and uniquely designed for you. And it won't look like anyone else's. So here's what I want you to do. The next time you catch yourself saying, maybe I should do that too, I want you to break it down to smaller, testable pieces. For example, if you've met somebody who has quit their job and they're going down their entrepreneurial path and you are just so thrilled for them and you want to do the same thing, before you decide to quit, I want you to do this one small experiment, which is spend 30 minutes in your home office pretending to work on your fictional venture. In another example, let's say you're dreading attending a social gathering. Let's say a bridal shower. Try this small experiment. Spend 10 minutes writing out the entire story of attending and really visualize the details that are coming up. Who are you interacting with? What do you look like? How does it feel in the room? What is going on? So after you run these experiments, I want you to really pay attention to the feelings that are coming up. Are they happy? Are you feeling anxious? Are you feeling bored or excited? And the question I want you to ask is that the feeling you want to create more of? Or is it a feeling that makes sense for this situation to have, that it would be okay to have, despite maybe not wanting to do that thing? Then I want you to check to see if it aligns with you. Does this feeling move you closer to what you actually value? And then you're going to make that decision. Did this experiment work? Yes or no? And if not, change something about it and run it again. As you keep stacking these small decisions over time, that's how self-confidence actually gets built. The real self-confidence is built by making small decisions over and over. It's not just copying someone else's blueprint blindly. It's really practicing allowing yourself to choose how you want to feel about a certain direction. Those are the small decisions that you are looking for that will help you stop comparing your life and your status in life to other people's. So here's my ask. Help me spread the word. Share this episode with one person in your life who's going through that big life or career transition. Because I really believe in running small experiments to start practicing that muscle of self-confidence to build up to making those bigger decisions. So that's all I want you to do. Just think of one high-achieving friend or one analytical friend that you have and send this episode to them. And if you want to go deeper, I run a free 30-minute meetup group every Wednesday. It's virtual, and we get together as a very small community to build small decisions with perspective and with a lot of support from people who are also going through this messy middle of a life and career transition. I'll put the link in the show notes. I really appreciate you listening to this episode, and I will see you next week. Can you think of one person who's been ruminating a big life or career decision? They could be a friend, a colleague, a family member, and perhaps they want to quit their job, move across the country or out of the country, or be a better parent. Whatever is on their mind. Show your support by sending them this episode. I would be so grateful for your help to spread the word about this work. It is so needed. I'm Gloria Julian, career and life decision coach. Thank you for being here, and I will see you next week.